Device is going dead prematurely. 15%. This device is glitching. So I'll go ahead and play the video for you because it's taking 21 minutes for a 4-minute video. And like I said, all law enforcement is denied. So I just decided to go ahead and redo the video since it was taking so long on another device. So Better Betty 3542 states, why are you spending the Sabbath focusing on this nonsense? Do better. Well, Better Betty, I tried to be at church and I'm not quite certain if you get terrorized at church. If the police department is repeatedly in your environments and listing people into crimes. So that would be one thing. And I can't get to church because, like I said, multiple different environments are enlisted to deprive me of transit to church. And then in this environment, I'm being ostracized and isolated. And that's typically what the government does when they're about to set up a false arrest. They may want to make sure there's no one that I can possibly get help from. Do you have that going on? So that's what I'm trying to do is interrupt that Better Betty. And in addition to that Better Betty, the time now is 7:13. I opened this up. I wanted you to be a part of me opening up this email from Dr. Fu Young again, but my device is glitching and taking forever. And like I said, I'm being denied law enforcement. So I want to apologize in advance, but it appears that I forgot to include this in your initial medical record request. It was buried in the bottom of the file. Included with it is a note from your physician that reads, "Wake up, wake up. I hope this brings you some clarity, Dr. Fu Young." So Better Betty, after seeing this, perhaps maybe we'll go ahead and just play it. So it's downloading.
Wake up, wake up. You're in a coma. I'm not being heard. You need some clarity. Look at pattern after pattern. None of this is real. Wake up, wake up. You're in a coma.
They gotta be.
I'm not being heard. You need some clarity. Look at pattern after pattern. None of this is real. Wake up, wake up. You're in a coma.
Okay, it's looping back over.
I'm not.
So Better Betty, I'd really greatly appreciate it if you can talk to your employer and the government's employer, whoever's behind this, and if you can ask them if they could do better. I think perhaps maybe if you concentrate on people being petty and violating me, and like in the other video, if I think it's petty to lock someone out on their own balcony. I think it's petty to come into their living environment and take things and move things around. Nobody would believe the story. Things repeatedly came up missing. I think it's petty to enlist the apartment complex interlace to give me an eye, knowing that I wanted to cook. Only one working eye when there was a possibility of 4. I think that it was petty for when my abuser was mad in excruciating heat for the AC to not repeatedly work. I think it was petty for when they finally came over to fix it, to cut the heat all the way up as far as it can go, and then left me in that excruciating heat for an hour. And until I did the descriptions, then he came back. I thought that was petty. And I thought it was petty to have me in an environment and not fix the dishwasher either. So the dishwasher didn't work. Other parties didn't have those issues. And then the only one I worked on the stove for an extended amount of time. I begged them and pleaded, can you please fix the eyes? I want to cook. Then they fixed 2, leaving me with only 2 left that were not working. That's petty. Better Betty. So I would appreciate if you told other accomplices, blocking someone's path everywhere they're at. I consider that to be extremely petty. But you're right, I do need to get off this device because it's really not bringing me a lot of peace as long as I'm not getting law enforcement. I'm just trying to prove my experiences before they set up another false arrest. Hopefully something will be done.